Hello guys, welcome to episode 3 of our podcast series. I'm Day, and today we're both on set of my Day HD Gaming headquarters. I'm with Skills again. And before we start, I just want to say that we'll be adding our channel links to the video description. And if you need to, we'll have annotations of our channels. So, hi Skills.
Hey, how's it going, Day?
Good. So today we're doing a quick one, and it's just about PvP, and I decided, like, there's a lot to talk about, but my first question for you on it is, what's your opinion on the current PvP system? And in saying that, I mean like the slider bar mixed with FPS and flight mechanics.
Okay, well, first I'll tackle the slider bar. I think it's really a compromise. It seems like they're just randomly throwing out this thing to try to make us happy and not ask too many questions. Like, oh, don't worry, the slider bar will take care of everything for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, the slider bar I'm kind of iffy on. I don't really see how it's gonna work. It seems a little too vague for me.
Yeah, well, especially first-person shooter, I don't understand. Like, I mean, they said that they're gonna have skill based, so they'll try to match you. So how can the slider bar can't work for first person? I think it only would work for flight or space, but still, I still can't see it myself either.
Well, and that whole skill based matching, like, what is that going to entail? So we're going to have like a point system attributed to our spaceship and our pilots in there.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then first-person shooter, well, I can't even see the slider bar being effective at all. It shouldn't even be part of the first-person shooter aspect.
And I'm not even sure if it is. It might not be, but I know that like other games, like, you know, Call of Duty, they try to match you. I know with like prestige, so that's time played. So they assume that the higher end guys who've played longer are gonna be matched with similar, you know, I think, but
okay,
how are you gonna do skill exactly? Kill death ratios? I don't know.
Right. So like if they go the time route, you get a grinder like me that can sit there and I'll mine something for hours, and then there's other guys that'll mine for like weeks and months or whatever, and so they'll have all this time played on the game, and then they get matched against somebody that has played that much time and he's been a pirate the entire time. It's no comparison. The pirate will destroy him.
Right. So, I mean, there's not much else to say, and that kind of leads me to my next question, and that being, do you think that the guys, Cloud Imperium Gaming, do you think they're compromising too much with this PvP system, like giving too much to each end?
Yeah, like it's either off or on, like, and I don't even see like because they said you can't turn it off. So if you turn the slider down, so I'm a miner, I'm gonna turn the slider down as low as possible, but I'm still gonna end up in battles. Well, how is that even gonna take place? Like, so I have my slider down as low as possible, and then a pirate comes by, he's got his slider as high as possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's the point? Really, because, yeah, what's the point of having that slider bar? Because nobody's gonna, it'd be rare for guys to keep it in the middle, I think.
I think the slider bar won't do anything. It's just there to appease us. It's just, maybe the guys at the headquarters at RSI are just laughing there. Like, look at these idiots fiddling with the slider bar. It does absolutely nothing.
It just slides around. Most likely. And, I mean, the slider bar, yeah, for space, it's so strange. It's such a strange thing. It makes sense when they explain it, but when you sit back and think about it, why would any trader put it max?
No.
That'd be strange. There'd be no reason for you to go, I wanna, or I'm a courier, I'm gonna max out my PvP. No, you're not gonna. Or why would a pirate say, I don't want any PvP content?
I know, that's a complete waste.
It'd be a waste of time.
But the one thing I like about the PvP system is the first-person shooter aspect. As soon as I heard about that, I was initially worried. I thought they might be going a direction of the game that they shouldn't, but as I learn more about the first-person shooter aspect, I think it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be a great part of the game.
Well, it has to be in the game, especially shipboarding.
Exactly. Like, as soon as you incorporate first-person shooting, you can have the shipboarding. And shipboarding can be a great way for exactly pirates to make money. Like, pirating seems difficult.
Yo, absolutely seems difficult, especially not like bigger ships to me seem easier to take. I know it doesn't sound right, but a bigger ship where you can have an organized crew sounds easier, like corridor running, than trying to get around one corner of a constellation and having 4 guys inside and you're just trying to get around the one corner. I think that sounds really hard.
It would be nice too if they, you get in your spacesuit, and so the one pirate ship is going up to the Idris. They cut a hole in the side, and then you have like a group of 4 or 5 just in their outer spacesuits flying to the other side of the ship, and then you could they get their own hole, and then they go in and you go in multiple ways.
Yeah, right. That's probably going to be a factor when you have multiple ships and big ships. That's a good point. I didn't even think of that.
But I'm excited. I'm not a big first-person shooter player myself. Like I play the games, I enjoy them, but I'm usually like I kill one guy and I die twice kind of player a lot of times. So I'll probably be the medic on some of those.
That's a great idea.
Boarding things. So I'll be dragging my crew members back because I don't want to be creating a new character every time I do a boarding operation.
Doctor skills in the medical bay.
Exactly. I'm skilled medically, not first-person shooter-wise.
Okay, so the final thing I wanted to get into was, how do you think that, I mean, we've kind of already talked about it. How do you think that slider bar is going to affect the specific professions, or how, like, even just PvP? Because I guess we've already said it, right?
Right.
But how do you think PvP will affect each, especially with the first-person aspects, but how do you think it's going to affect traders and pirates and merchants and all those kind of things?
Well, yeah, like, I just wonder how a blockade's gonna work. So you bring up like the professions and everything. So going back to the mining thing, how can a clan you're going to war with, because that's gonna happen. So a clan you're going to war with, they're gonna all of a sudden turn up their slider bar that probably does nothing, but they're going to turn up their slider bar, try to blockade your planet that you're mining. You have your slider bar off, and then you can just fly out of the planet, no problem.
Yeah, see, these are things that's going to have to, we don't know until a game comes out, but that's exactly right. It's going to make that chance of you getting into the instance a lot lower. You know what it probably does? It probably, like, if you can picture your ship and a ring around it, that being the instance, I bet you the slider bar makes that ring smaller and larger. So if your ring is really large, 2 guys are large, and they kind of go near each other and intersects, now you're in one instance. I bet you that's kind of what they're thinking.
You know what? That would be the only way I could see it getting implemented pretty well. Like, so if you got your slider bar as low as possible, yeah, your ring's pretty small. A pirate has to pretty much, hit you directly or within their little sonar.
But to me it's stupid, because I don't think you should be able to even do that at all. I think you should be able to see everybody as, like, within reason, because what's the point? Why would anyone, the specific professions are going to dictate that bar.
Right.
So that's all they should do. They should say, like, I don't know.
If they're worried about PvP taking over the game entirely, there's other games that have like MMOs that have done things that counteracted this, like a militia, so an NPC militia and stuff like that, where there's safe zones and whatnot. Now, you don't necessarily need a safe zone. So going back to the mining thing, maybe the planet might be safe, but around the planet, if it's blockaded for more than 24 hours or something like that, maybe like a NATO or NPC will maybe intervene with...
Well, yeah, the UEE.
UEE, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
okay. There's a lot to talk about, but I mean, I think that nails it. This isn't about actual mechanics. Not the actual the gameplay. This is just more of the mechanics, and I think there's a lot to be improved upon with this slider bar. I really don't know why they would go to something so compromising for people that don't want PvP. I think the private servers, if you don't want PvP at all, you should go play on the private server. Like,
right.
Why? Same thing I saw with DayZ. People would complain. They play DayZ, but they complain that they're getting killed by other players. Well, that's what makes the game exciting. That's why you play it.
Right, and that's why I farmed in the middle of a forest for all of my guns and everything, because I didn't want anybody else to kill me.
Same thing gonna happen here. Stay in safer zones. I think it should just be with the territory. If you're gonna go out into deep space, you should expect that there's gonna be dangers out there and pirates.
And if you're worried about PvP, join a large clan.
Yeah.
Like, there's gonna be a militia there. Even if they're a mining clan, like ours is, or like a trading clan type thing, you need somebody to protect you, and there will be more than enough guys willing to fly and escort you from one place to another.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be more PvP. What's the word? More people that want to do PvP than grind and sell and trade. Personally,
I'm looking forward to PvP. I'm gonna pimp out my ship, make it as fast as possible, and then if I don't think I'm gonna win the battle, I'm gonna run away.
Yeah. Okay, well, thanks for that.
All right, thanks for having me.
Nice quick one today. Guys, don't forget to subscribe. We got more of these coming our way, and don't forget, if you want us to talk about anything, put it in the comments section. That's the best way, and it helps us, because coming up with ideas is actually quite hard. Thanks for watching. I'm Day.
All right, I'm Skills. Talk to you later.
See you later.